Oracabessa is and was, well, let's say was Oracabessa for many years, for hundreds, a couple of hundred years, had been the prime location for banana exportation from Jamaica. It was a very booming town for many, many years, lots of years. It was a booming town because, you know, St. Mary is known for its banana. It grew a lot of banana then, and almost everybody who owned a farm in St. Mary, their main crop. Well, you don't have a farm then without having banana on there. Banana was the one stable item that we could all depend on during those days. And we never used to have a lot of hurricanes as we are recently. In fact, there was a hurricane in 1944, and then for 7 years we didn't have another one. 1944, 51, right? And then between 1951 and probably 1980, we never really had an impactful storm, an impactful hurricane. In fact, I think they're all storms that missed Jamaica somehow. Until 1980, we had the tail end of a storm that hit St. Mary. But we've always been pretty safe as far as the banana industry is concerned. Oracabessa had, when I was growing up, two wharves. And let me tell you what, because I've mentioned the word wharf before and no one actually knew. I mean, some of you don't know what a wharf is. So the banana wharf is where, when the ships came into Oracabessa, there are two buildings that sit at the edge of the water where boats would come in. There canoes, all kinds of. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, Ashi, the other day, and he reminded me of one of the boats. What was the name again? Ukazuki. Something like that. It was one of the boats, the name of the boat, right? So there were a lot of boats, different sizes, barges and stuff that would come close to get boxes of bananas from those two buildings. One was the United Wharf, and then the other one was Standard Wharf. Now, there was another wharf before my time where the Fruit Company of Jamaica, by Miss White and Miss Marie White, owned, and she used to ship orange and other fruits from there. But I am not aware of that, all right? Then there was some place else where they had coconut, but I'm not aware of that either. The only two wharves that I'm aware of in my day was the United Wharf, which was east, and then the east. No, it was north, north of Standard Wharf, right? So Standard Wharf was to the south, and it's on the same coastline. And then we had the one major logistics hub. We never hear that name there until we're grown up still, you know what? We had an office, one of the purest logistics office on the North Coast, owned by the Ropers, right? Ropers, and the Ropers owned most of those boats that I think they had a contract to deliver these bananas to the ship. And so Oracabessa was booming. I mean, really booming. And because of that, we used to have a lot of parties. Street dances were the best thing. And this is the only time, the other time of the year, aside from Christmas and Independence, where you would pretty much go and you're out there and parents don't really care where you are. Because you're still safe, you know? Street dance, block off all of Oracabessa, no cars can pass. They have to drive a different way, all right? Because a lot of people from Stewartown, from Jacks River, from Racecourse, from Port Maria come to the street dance because it was the talk of the town, talk of the North Coast. And so banana was the in thing. So every jackman who owned a piece of farm in Oracabessa had banana on there. And so you had a lot of men walking around, and I remember this clearly, right? With them lass. They used to call them again. Cutlass. The cutlass, they call him kitchen bitch. No, not kitchen bitch. That the kitchen bitch a knife. But I remember the name of the cutlass. I'm sure maybe just remember some of them have a hook at the end of it, and some of them straight, right? And so you can tell me what it is. I look forward to those comments. And so men walk around in water boots, and I can picture them. They stuff their pants down in the water boot, and they walk around with their lash. To me, it means that they have a piece of property where they go to in the daytime, and it's easy to just go pow pow and just chop the stem of the banana, hold the banana bunch, and as the stem that's chopped coming down, pow, they just cut off the top of the bunch, and then they hold it and swing it off, and in no time they've taken off all the hands and they put it in a box and ready to go to boxing plant. Or they take the whole bunch to boxing plant. And sometimes they have a van. Some of these guys who have vans would come and back up to these places, and they would go and chop the bananas and bring them out and put them in the vans, and the vans go to boxing plant. Now, I don't know how they got paid, right? Fortnight was a big word that was used during those days. The word fortnight means every 2 weeks. But we don't know how them get paid or who paid them or anything. But I just know that somebody gets paid somewhere. And because banana was such a big thing, our community was a very rich community. And being rich, a lot of activities. But if you think about it, we only had the highest level of education during those times was up to a grade 9. If you get to grade 9, you didn't pass your common entrance, you go on to grade 9, it means that you're out of school by 15. Nowhere else. You're out of school by 15. You're a big woman, you're a big girl. That is it. And so at 15, most young men find them way into the banana industry. Either they're working at the wharf, or working when the ship comes in, or they go on plant field, or whatever. But everything that they do is a value chain that was created by having shipping company come in and then take the banana and go. So we had the guys who plant, the guys who reap, the guys who transport, the guys who work at the docks, the guys who drive boats, or the ones who paddle canoes all the way out to the ship. There are a lot of those. Whether you paddle a canoe or you had an engine at the back of it that takes you out there. That was a complete value chain, and Oracabessa was the place for that. In 1971, either 70 or 71, and I'm not very clear, and someone can tell me. All of a sudden, banana ship stop come. No more ship coming into harbor, right? And I didn't understand it. If you know the truth about this, you can tell me. But the only thing I saw was ship stop come. I don't know the history about it. Why the ship them stop come or what. But ship stop come Oracabessa, and both wharves were packed with bananas. With boxes of banana high to ceiling. So we as young boys would go down. There was nobody working on the docks anymore. Nobody watching it. There was no watchman. You could just walk onto the banana, into the box of the banana, and just take a box, take a hand, whatever it is, and leave. Because otherwise it's going to spoil. Because there's nothing happening in the banana wars anymore. And we saw that from the most beautiful sight of boats and ships and people and all of that just died. And Oracabessa just went down because nobody was prepared for a life when banana was no longer there. And remember, we're going up to age 15 in primary school. Kids who left our community and went away to school, whether it's Mary's Eye or Dintil or agriculture school, Jamaica School of Agriculture, lucky, right? They get a chance to go, but it's the amount of students who leave and go to high school are minute compared to the people who went up to grade 9 and now has nothing at all to do, right? And so the promise was the government would switch from banana, right, and made Oracabessa into a tourist port. That was the promise that was floating around our community. Within a few years, the wharves were torn down and they started dredging. Dredging, what that mean? They started digging out the ocean. We see so much mechanical stuff come and then dig out the ocean and they stuff it with rocks. See a lot of marl and rocks being moved from various parts of Oracabessa and moved down to where the wharfs were. Now what we call James Bond Beach is where the banana ports were, right? And so think about it. We have so many people living in Oracabessa. They left school at age 15. They're dependent on the banana industry. Some of them didn't finish school when they went to banana industry. And so now we have a lot of people in and around Oracabessa who had nothing to do. And so I watched that happen. And Oracabessa just went into, it was like, it's like an economy just folded. And there's nothing at all that you could do. And so Oracabessa, the cruise industry that Ocherius is experiencing and the boom on tourist industry was supposed to have been right there at Oracabessa. That's my understanding. The governments changed and everything just stopped. So Oracabessa just was left in the cold. And for many years, the most that people could do was to leave and go to Ocherius for opportunities, craft shops and all of that stuff. So happy to see that there's a total turnaround, because at one time our Oracabessa was a ghost town pretty much. People did not know what to do and how to do. And so I'm happy to see when I go back home now and I see the energy of that's thriving in our community, the various businesses and the various craftsmen and tradesmen and markets and barbers and salons and stuff. That didn't happen once upon a time. The only thing that we had was music. At the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, music was playing in Oracabessa, and that's it. And so I watched Oracabessa die in the 70s before I left and went to college. And so, but it was sad because it took a long time for our community to come back. But I tell you something, you know, I love Oracabessa, gone to bed. Oracabessa have some of the richest cultural experiences that anybody can ever have anywhere. And so we were blessed with the ocean, so that in the daytime, when we have nothing to do on a Saturday, in the evenings, we go down to the beach. So we go to the beach either to shower, because that's the only pipe available that we can shower. And we have a lot of naked men just standing around and taking shower. And we don't see women down there for many, many years. And we had a beach where we could go and swim. But that place was a bull place. And I'll tell you more about that as we go. But Oracabessa, that thriving town with two beaches at the time, one over close to Golden Head, that was called the Fisherman Beach. That's where the guys who go out to fish would bring their boats in and sell fish when they come in. And then another one where we all jump in for a swim. People from across the whole country would come to that Murdoch's Beach to swim on a Sunday. And so, you know, during those thriving years of Oracabessa, these two places were the in thing. I hope that I can get some other comments on this video, because I know that many of my friends who share the similar experience may have additional things to talk about Oracabessa and the banana industry, and be able to share experiences, share pieces of their history to show a little bit more about Oracabessa and the banana industry. This is Leo Gilling, and you can find my videos over there on YouTube or on Facebook or any one of those IG or Twitter social media platforms. Know that you can always email me also, leogilling@gmail.com. But mostly on YouTube, you'll see it. Leo Gilling, it's Leogilling, one word or two words, Leo Gilling. All right.